Who was on the floor? Wanjiku, had you finished?
I wasn't, but I am sure it was remaining few minutes.
You are truncated by quorum.
Yes.
Yes.
For the second day.
Yes.
So if the clerk can confirm to me how many minutes?
How many minutes are left for the chair? 16. You have 16 minutes to go.
Okay.
You are not obliged to exhaust them.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yes. In a nutshell, I had already spoken of the institutions visited, and I had enumerated several observations from the committee. One which I would want to repeat because I see the House is quite full today is the communication challenges. Honorable Speaker, we have Northern Corridor and Central Corridor, and anytime you are in the Central Corridor, we experience challenge of communication is too expensive, and we are hoping that the partner states in the Central Corridor will be able to fasten and fast-track that policy so that the communication in the whole of the region can be very easy. The other issue which I may want to highlight is the air transport, which, Honorable Speaker, we know traveling to Dar es Salaam is quite expensive even than traveling to Dubai, and this is because the air taxes are also not yet harmonized. As I conclude in observations, Honorable Speaker, the committee also observed that the political conflicts witnessed between some partner states have had negative effect to the business in the community. We therefore call mitigation at the summit level. For example, the Migingo issue, which has been a thorn all the years between the Republic of Uganda and the Republic of Kenya. If this issue can be finally harmonized at the summit level, the business can thrive. Honorable Speaker, we also seek the legal framework for the elimination of NTBs as per the Act of 2017 to be also fast-tracked. Also, we ask Honorable Speaker, we ask in the spirit of integration, the efficiency of lake resources that has hosted the three partner states mainly be shared in a harmonious way so that every country can benefit without a lot of struggle, particularly against the Migingo issue. Honorable Speaker, with those observations, I would want to go straight to the recommendation by the committee, and the committee recommends that for these charges to be addressed, we ask the Council of Ministers to be in Kenya to lobby the other Council of Ministers in matters of finances by finding a suitable financing mechanism because the remittance way is not tenable anymore. And Honorable Speaker, the committee recommends that one of the avenues that can be established could be what happens in African Union, in European Union, by possibly creating a levy to all imports or all exports within the region, or even think bigger, where the countries contribute in accordance to their GDP, but like the European Union, the same countries which contribute more, they also get the veto powers. Honorable Speaker, the Council of Ministers may also consider the goodwill from the late Honorable Kibaki, the President of the Republic of Kenya, may his soul rest in peace, who one time played the big brother role and bailed out the Republic of Burundi. We consider the Republic of South Sudan, the Republic of Burundi, arrears accumulating every year, and the partner states may play the big brother role and possibly bail the two countries out. Honorable Speaker, we also ask the Council of Ministers to consider reinstating the budget of the community. Honorable Speaker, I have information because I served in Yala that every partner state did contribute close to $8 million, and during COVID, this money was reduced to $7 million, and it has never been reinstated, considering the EAC has been increasing the institutions. Either the Council of Ministers hold to create more institutions or reinstate the money. Because, Honorable Speaker, every institution we visit in the whole community, either central or northern corridor, there is always a challenge of professional staffs. You will find the whole institutions with the 2 staffs, particularly the skilled staffs. So we ask the Council of Ministers to consider this budget. But most importantly, considering we observed the air transport within the region as very expensive, we call the Council of Ministers, and this National Assembly must know that as per the treaty, we can only urge the Council of Ministers to consider harmonizing the air taxes and even lobbying the Republic of Uganda, the Republic of Tanzania, and other republicans which have not signed this protocol, like the Republic of Kenya and Rwanda, so that we can have a fairly considerable air travel, which will also make our intra-trade thrive within the community. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, the committee also asked for fast-tracking of the Act of 2017. This regulation was to assist the community in removal of non-tariff barrier. Just by way of information to this House, the budget from the community even has a vote which normally facilitates the non-tariff barriers department, but still without the act, not so much is happening. Honorable Speaker, I also ask through the committee that the Council of Ministers consider to finalize on national consultations on, sorry that I have already said having a air tax fee regime, but I want to say that they harmonize the treaty now that is in the amendment. Honorable Speaker, even this National Assembly is expected to take its recommendations because the treaty was created when we had only 3 countries, and it is time that this treaty be now amended. As a committee, we are already putting up the recommendations, and 2 critical issues is mainly the consensus issue. As you may know, Honorable Speaker, in EAC, you can never decide on any policy without consensus, and this policy have time and again been a double sword, because a country may feel we are not happy about this policy and they skip the sitting, so you can never conclude the matter. At the same time, some countries, if we say we don't go consensus, can also lobby amongst others and consider one country is absent and pass a policy. So these are very critical issues to the community and to the growth. And Honorable Speaker, as the amendment of the treaty is happening, we hope the National Assembly of Kenya and possibly Senate will also be putting their recommendations to our committee so that we can participate in the growth of this region. Honorable Speaker, without much ado, I would want to ask Honorable Naomi Wako to second this motion and encourage the members of this National Assembly to be debating and also contributing in the matters of EAC. By way of information, Honorable Speaker, after the Republic of DRC Congo, the population of this region is closely almost same to the population of America. So why are we still doing as a community international trade? We can easily do intra-trade, 90% possibly, and possibly 10% international trade. Because with a population of 340 citizens within the region, this is a huge number that can enable us to thrive in the trade, particularly if we do away with the non-tariff barriers, sensitize the citizens, because I am sure quite a number of East African citizens do not still realize the potential and the trade available to them. That can only happen if the members from this National Assembly understand, appreciate, internalize, and speak of what is held within the East African, so that the mama mbogas in the rural areas can know they can also trade with our neighbors. Honorable Wako will second. Thank you.
please put on record that you move. Put on record that you move the motion and request for a seconder.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I move the motion and request Honorable Naomi Wako, who is a member of Regional Integration Committee, to second.
Thank you. The Honorable Naomi Wako.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I stand to second this report. I also want to congratulate our committee, the members who visited and came up with this good recommendation. And Honorable Speaker, as I second, the purpose of the visit was to appreciate the operation of the East African institutions and organs, and also to enhance mutual relationship between the neighboring countries, and all that has come out in the recommendation that we have been given. And the other thing that members wanted to achieve was to make them understand the role of Parliament, which they did very well. And our chair, who is very well experienced, has always guided the committee in the way that needs to be done. And the members have also been very faithful. And in their recommendation, in our recommendation, we have said that financing mechanism needs to be established, because through this, then we will be able to make that effective and also self-sustaining. Again, political stability in the neighboring countries is of paramount importance, because when we have challenges and the wars going on and people fighting each other, then that will affect us in different ways. It will affect us economically, it will affect us in terms of growth and development. But if we are all politically stable, then we will be able to grow. Again, the issue of airspace need to be opened, and there are some few things, as the chair has said, that intra-trade is slow due to NTBS. This needs to be given a lot of attention so that we overcome that challenge, and then make sure that we move fast. The issue of staffing in all organs also needs to be put into consideration and seen, so that we have relevant people and people who represent the East African community. With those few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I second, and I also encourage members to contribute to this, because it concerns all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Naomi. Honorable members, I now propose the question that this House adopts the report of the Committee on Regional Integration on its consideration of the inspection visit to the